Okay guys, for those of you who are attempting to keep score on what we're doing, the 401 is off the stand. The 401 is on temporary hold, that's it. Okay, 401 is fully cleaned, fully prepped. I honed the cylinders just like I did on this. The 401 is scrubbed clean and fully oiled, and it's in a bag, a really thick bag that has some kind of coating on it that when we get engines from work, that's what they put around the bag. Keep it from rusting, some rust inhibitor. So we slipped it around there, tied it at the end, laid it on some cardboard, put it on the tool cart, and that's now away for a little while. This is what's going in for now. We're going to break them in with this. He wasn't good with this in the beginning, but he's fine with it now, especially after a lot of texting and, well, not texting, I guess emailing to people in the AMC forum. And he needed a little convincing on what he really had here. Wish I had the 401 apart. I could show you the differences in like the webbing. See this thick web? That goes straight across. This is all thicker here, so it doesn't have that thin little web. There are definitely differences, but I know the compression, I know what I have, okay, and I went on there, and there's some key people that I like to deal with, honest people, you know, not just like number flingers, and I told them what I had, and I told them what cam we were looking to put in here, and I said, you know, what numbers should I expect from this engine? Because these guys, you know, build these things and dyno them, and they'll build a bunch of them and sell them outright. They'll dyno them and sell them to someone that just needs an engine. I guess you would consider it like a crate engine, but it's not a crate engine. They will do it the way you want, and obviously blocks and everything are all used. And I told them what headers I had, what intake I had. I explained to the carburetor that was definitely going to go on here, even though we're starting with that 600. They know the heads that are on here, they know the compression ratio, they know everything about this engine, and they're saying anywhere from 4 to 4 1/4 will come out of it with the cam we picked, and it'll be very streetable, and I should be able to operate the power brakes with no problem, because that's the concern. The concern is I want to put power brakes in the car. I'm killing the power down on the car to what reality was going to come out of that 401. I figured that was a very, very, that would have been a very bad decision to hand a novice that car like that. That would have been like asking to see him never come home again. So even this is going to be a bit much, but we'll take care of that. What was I going to say? I forgot. But basically, it should be decently stout as long as Junior keeps it under, you know, 6,500 RPM. These connecting rods do have a limit. These are the factory rods, and 360s don't use a forged rod. They just use a regular cast rod. The 401s and 390s are the ones that came with the forged rods that handle a lot of power before you step up to something even bigger. You know, I could get a set of rods, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it, because once you get the rods, then chances are we would change the pistons type, chances are the block would be bored, then everything has to be rebalanced, and why bother at this point? So basically what's next is we have to get these cam bearings out. This is what we were up to last time, and the dipstick tube. Dipstick tube is fully intact, but it's very rusty here, and it feels solid, but I got a feeling if you manhandle a little bit, it's going to snap right off, and these things are almost impossible to do inside the car. They're very hard to do outside the car, like ridiculous hard, like I won't even film it hard. We need to get the cam bearings out, okay, and then we need to finish cleaning this block. Okay, as you can see, the cylinders are done. Any lines you see in that cylinder, like right there, like this right here, you see a line? That's not a scratch. That's the way the block was sitting, and all the oil ran around the cylinder and ran down that way. when I oiled it up. Cylinders look mint. But like I said, we have to get the cam bearings out. This thing needs a finishing cleaning. You know, we gave it that one cleaning. It still needs to be finished up. Then we'll put the cam bearings in, and then we're going to start some assembly. By that time, the cam will be here. The cam is the only thing that's not ordered on this engine. Everything is here. Well, minus the water pump and the fuel pump. So I got to make sure I get the right water pump. There is different depths, and it's not like a Chevy. It's not as big a drastic change as you think it is. It's only like that much. So I got to make sure the whole pulley setup I use is a certain year, and that's the certain year water pump I get. That's the bottom line. And anything after see the 71 to 72, the harmonic balancer goes from 3 volts to 4 volts. So this is later than that, which is good because anything newer than 72 has a different flange on the crank, and it allows you to put the 727 to it, or a 904 or 998 or 999. Anything prior to that, you either have to have the crank taken out and this hub opened up, okay, or they sell an adapter stuff and it spaces the tranny away, and it's a real cluster. So with that said, like I said, me and Junior just did all the humping, and I worked late tonight, so I'm a little shot. But like I said, we're gonna jump on this. Like I said, Cutworm's engine's just on hold. That's not gonna be used. I just don't think he's ready for it. And that's what it's gonna be, guys. So now that I have this on the stand, now we could just knock it out. I positioned it so I could get the rear plug out the back, you know, flip the motor, get the rear plug out, and I could do whatever I have to do with the cam bearings right out the back. It'll all be clear right here when I flip the motor. So, and I think that's about it. I mean, the gnats are out. I don't think there's much more to talk about. So, but it is cool how, I don't know if you guys remember me showing you this, how the bearing, when I slid the cam out, just flaked apart in pieces. So that was definitely an issue. So, but like I said, everything's good on this engine. It was an up and going engine. Transfer case exploded in a million pieces on this one, and that was it. My friend bought it, and then I bought the motor and tranny off of him. So, and one last thing, speaking to Reuben wants to get his feet wet driving some kind of muscle car. So I think this car right here is going to be the perfect car for Reuben to get his feet wet in, because I think it's going to handle better than most. The car does handle quite well. It's pretty comfortable inside, and I think it should have enough. I think it should have enough oompa to plant him in the seat. So Reuben, this is the car we're going to let you drive. You're not driving that one. So I'll drive you in that one, but if I drive you in that one, you might not want to ever put an 8-cylinder in your Nova. It might scare you too much. I don't know, or not scare you. You might realize that people's versions of a street car aren't always reality. So this is going to be more of a street car. So he's planning on going back and forth to work. I don't know if you guys have even said it. He is working. Junior's been working for over a month now. Junior works in a dental lab. So, and Dad is super proud. Junior hunted the job, got the job. We had no connections with it whatsoever. He made up his own resume, and on his resume, he showed his fabrication skills with the detailing of the models. Now he's got some really good photo equipment from when he was in, when he took photography. He likes photography, you just never see any of his stuff. And he took some really, really high detailed pictures of some of the stuff you guys really haven't seen. Some you have, but you know, we never got into detail with it. And he put that on the resume, and it kind of like blew the guy away. And next thing you know, he's in the dental lab making teeth and dentures and working on the CAD system and, you know, working on the computer, designing these things and, you know, making them come to life. I guess that's a better way of wording it. So, but yeah, definitely super proud. So, it's only part-time now, but, you know, can never go wrong in the medical field. Just got to keep his ass in school. So, well, he graduates in less than a month. So, if you asked me that 3 years ago, I'd be like, wow. So, okay. With that said, guys, I am heading in, and we will be back out here tomorrow. So, and that's it, guys. Take care.